Hi everyone, it's Karen here from the Stitch Sessions and welcome to another fun crochet tutorial. So today I have a stitch tutorial for you, and this one's kind of fun because it creates this very open, I don't know if I'd call it lacy, but it's like a very airy type of fabric. And this stitch is called the Double Triple Stitch. So if you've ever seen some of these crochet stitches that sit a little bit longer or taller, you've probably heard people talk about the triple crochet, also known as a treble crochet. This is the double triple or the double treble, depending on where you are. If you're in the UK, you might hear them use the word treble. But it is a really fun stitch, and believe it or not, it's really, really easy. So if you're a beginner crocheter, this is also a great time to delve into some of these stitches that just go a little bit taller than like a double crochet stitch. And the principle is the same. It's the idea of always pulling through 2 loops at a time, and it creates this really kind of fun little triple looped texture here. And now I used a medium 4 weight yarn for this tutorial, but I think it would look really, really cool in a very lightweight yarn or a 0 fine weight yarn. Especially if you're doing things like summer tops and you want something that's got a little bit more airiness to it, I think it'd be really, really fun. So very easy, and I think you're gonna find it really, really interesting and a great one to have in your arsenal, especially later on when you start learning a bit more about cable stitches. They definitely use more of the longer stitches, so things like treble crochets and double trebles. So this will be an important one to kind of have in your stitch library. So make sure to save this video in a playlist if you've got your playlist set up for all the videos that you like, and then you'll have it as a quick reference point anytime you need to check this out. So let's get started on the double triple stitch. Okay, so for today's tutorial, I'm just going to be using some leftover medium 4 weight yarn. And the hook size I'm going to be using is a 5.5 millimeter hook, which is also known as an I or a size 9. Whatever yarn you use, just make sure that the hook coincides appropriately for your yarn. And anytime you're working on a project, make sure that you have a yarn needle to weave in any ends, and of course a pair of scissors to snip your yarn. So let's get started on our stitch here. So we're going to begin by placing a slip knot on our hook, and you can do this stitch in any multiple you choose. So I'm just going to do a nice size swatch. I'm going to chain up 15. So 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, and 15. So I have 15 chains there. So once you have your desired length, you now need to chain up a number of chains to give us the height of the stitch that we're working on. So in this case, we're working on the double triple, and traditionally people will chain up 5 stitches to give us the height. So we are going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see that's quite a tall stitch, okay? So then what you're going to do is you are going to find the 7th chain. So you've got 5 to create your height. You've got the 6th chain, that's the base, and the 7th chain is where we're going to begin to start crocheting our stitch. So for the double triple, what happens is you're going to yarn over 3 times. So you have 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to insert your hook into the stitch, or in this case, the chain, and you're going to pull up a loop, okay? So you are going to have 5 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 only. You'll have 4 loops remaining on your hook. Then you will yarn over again, pull through the next 2 loops. You'll have 3 loops remaining. You'll yarn over again to pull through the next 2 loops with 2 loops remaining, and then you're going to yarn over one more time and pull through the last 2. And that is what gives you the double triple stitch, okay? So right now you have something that looks like this. The chain 5 is a little bit wonky because we haven't established our row yet. So let's do that again. We're going to yarn over 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go into the next chain and we're going to insert our hook to pull up a loop. Then you yarn over, pull through the first 2, pull through the second 2, pull through the third 2, and pull through the fourth 2. So you are pulling through 2 loops 4 times in total, okay? So now you can see standing next to each other just how tall those stitches are and how airy it can create a project to be, okay? So let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna yarn over 3 times, insert into your stitch to pull up a loop. So we pull through once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. Okay, so now you can really see it taking shape. So you would simply do that all the way to the end of your row. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my row, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about how you would proceed to the next row. Okay, so I'm just inserting into the last stitch here. So I'm finishing off the row, and I have a total of 15 stitches, including that chain 5 at the beginning. So now let's go on to the second row. Your repeat is simply this row, but let's talk about how we would continue on to the next row. So you would chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is typically how much you would chain. I will talk about adjusting this slightly in the next row. But for now, that's what you would do. You would turn your work, you would yarn over 3 times, and then you would proceed to the next stitch and continue as before. Pull through once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, okay? And that is how you would proceed onto subsequent rows if you're doing several rows of this stitch in a row. Okay, so you can see they stack up nicely, one on top of the other. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish a second row here, and then I'm going to talk about how sometimes I will do a slight adjustment at the beginning of rows for this stitch. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish row number 2, and I'll just be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last stitch. Now remember, we've got a chain 5 here, so our last stitch is going to go into the top of that 5th chain, and sometimes I just turn that over so I can see where it is. And I'm just going to make sure that I insert into there to finish off my row and continuously have 15 stitches in my case. Okay. So there we have it. So now we've done 2 rows. So you can see your work is looking something like this. Now, you'll notice that the chain 5, sometimes it creates this little kind of extra space here. And we can find this in any type of stitch, whether it's the double crochet, the triple, or the double triple. So depending on the project, if I find that it's just creating too much of a space at the end, sometimes when I start my row, instead of chaining 5, I will chain 4. So I'll show you 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is typically what we would do when we're doing a triple crochet. And I'll turn my work. And I find that by stitching 1 chain less, it helps to snuggle the stitches closer together, okay? So if I do my double triple now into the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I mean, you can't see it yet because I haven't done the next row, but it will help to snuggle it a little bit closer so that it's not gaping as much at the beginning like that one is there, Okay, so it's just a little kind of trick, and you can definitely play with this, right? So right now you're thinking, well, this one is a chain 5 and it's bowing in. It's just because it doesn't have a stitch on top of it to kind of give it some structure. So that is pretty much the stitch. I'm gonna go ahead and finish another round or two so you can kind of really see the full effect of just how nice and airy this stitch can be. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna come back and do a quick little recap on the double triple crochet. Okay, so I have completed a total of 4 rows, and hopefully you can see here, this is where I chained 4 on this side. And once I started placing my stitch on top, you see how it sits a little bit more snugly in, whereas the chain 5, you can see, leaves just a little bit more of a gap. Even though technically this is the proper height, the chain 4, because it stretches up, it actually forces the stitch to sit a little bit closer together. And I find that it gives it a nicer finishing edge there. So just a little something to think about. I do this a lot of times in the triple crochets as well as the doubles. Sometimes instead of chaining 3 for a double, I only chain 2, especially if I'm doing a lot of rows like this and I want a nice clean edge. So see how this one bows a little bit? So hopefully that kind of gives you a little tidbit into how to adjust your stitch as you go along depending on your project. So what do you guys think? The double triple doesn't seem so daunting, right? We don't hear about this stitch a lot, and it can seem a little intimidating, but I hope you found it pretty straightforward and very interesting. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think you might do with this stitch, or how you would incorporate it into a particular project. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to use just this stitch for a whole project. You could use it as part of an accent of a project. So share with us in the comments what you would use this stitch for. I'd love to hear it. Now, if you have any other detailed questions regarding the stitch, please do feel free to also leave that for me in the comment box down below. Or as always, you can reach me directly by emailing me at info@crochetcrafty.com. And I always recommend, please attach a photo of your work if you're having any issues with this stitch, for example, and that way I can kind of see where you're at and can better answer your question. And as always, make sure to check out the fabulous resource tools on the Crochet Crafty website. There's a lot of great sizing charts and planning templates available for you there, as well as a lot of free written patterns and a link to my Etsy shop. And don't forget, come say hi to me. I'm on Instagram and Facebook at The Stitch Sessions. So that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you have an amazing day. Have fun crocheting this stitch. Take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in next week's session. Bye-bye.